Hey, soldiers, Sam Bankman Fried and his brother had a plan. Sam Bankman Fried and Caroline Ellison were going to repopulate the human species after a meteor strike, nuclear annihilation, or a zombie apocalypse. It's no joke. Like Joe Biden says, not a joke. FTX wanted to buy a Pacific Island nation and build an apocalypse bunker on it, says a lawsuit. Is there something we can take from this maybe and learn from it, apply to our own situation? I think so. Stick with us and we'll go over a few of those nuggets. Bankrupt crypto exchange FTX's non-profit arm wanted to buy a Pacific Island nation and build a bunker on it in preparation for an apocalyptic event, according to a lawsuit filed against disgraced FTX founder Sam Bankman Fried. The complaint filed in a Delaware bankruptcy court on Thursday alleged that Bankman Fried's kid brother, Gabe, wanted to use the FTX Foundation, FTX's supposed philanthropic and charitable branch, to buy Nauru, a tiny oval-shaped coral island located about 2,000 miles off the northeastern coast of Australia. All right, so they wanted to buy an island. All right, wanted to put a bunker on the island. First of all, bad idea. I'll tell you why. Let's just suppose that, something did happen. Aliens attacked, they took over most of the world. All right, so you're on an island. How are you going to get stuff to the island? Okay, does the island have agricultural products, medications? Everything you're using there is going to eventually, you're going to exhaust the supply. This is the real world issue that islands like Hawaii and Dominican Republic / Haiti face today, prior to the zombie apocalypse, right? All right, so if a catastrophic event, this is what they were proposing, if a catastrophic event were to wipe out more than half of the planet's population, Gabe Bankman Fried appeared to believe that an 8.1 square mile island could ensure the survival of members of the effective altruism movement, which Bankman Fried publicly paid lip service to. The movement advocates for using evidence and reason to benefit others as much as possible. Yeah, they're going to benefit others by buying themselves an island in the Pacific. How nice. How much you want to bet this island was going to be used as just a getaway spot? Maybe as a workaround to laws that existed in other places that they wanted to skirt. Possibility, right? Gabe allegedly sent a memo to an FTX Foundation officer describing, quote, a plan to purchase the sovereign nation of Nauru in order to construct a bunker / shelter that would be used for some event where 50 to 99.99% of people pass away, leave this realm, shuffle off this mortal coil, to ensure that most effective altruists survive. This is according to court documents. Now, who are the effective altruists? Why, Gabe Bankman Fried, Sam Bankman Fried, Caroline Ellison, okay, anybody who they say is one. Now, you can say, well, hey, look, the media is almost here. I'm an effective altruist. Somehow, I don't think they would have made preparations to come and get you, take you to the island. As of July 1st, Nauru has a population of 12,780 people, and this is according to World Population Review. So they wanted to buy a sovereign nation, okay? They wanted to buy a country, basically. Wow. Talk about narcissism, right? Now, he comes right out and, says, hey, let's buy a country. And again, I stress that buying a country might give you the ability to draft certain laws or avoid certain other laws. The court documents showed that Gabe said that, quote, probably there are other things that it's useful to do with a sovereign country too, unquote. Gabe has not been accused by prosecutors of any wrongdoing in FTX's implosion. Now, this lawsuit was filed by FTX against a handful of its executives, including Bankman Fried, co-founder Gary Wang, engineer director Nishad Singh, and Caroline Ellison, the former CEO of the sister company Alameda Research. The suit is seeking $1 billion in damages, claiming the company's so-called philanthropic organization was misappropriated by FTX's bosses. Nothing but more of a sham to divert money out of people's pockets to their own selfish desires, okay? Their own lavish lifestyles. So what's the lesson here? Well, one of them is be very careful who you donate to. Now, when I'm in the grocery store and it says that when I go through the checkout aisle, either the one with a human or without, it always asks you, do you want to donate to such and such? And I always say no. And the reason I say no is not because I'm a stingy person. I'm not. I do things that are charitable. I was a volunteer firefighter. I did it and didn't get paid, okay? And EMT, by the way. The reason I don't do it is because it's selfish on the part of the supermarket. Here's what they do. All right, so you hit that button and you say, yes, I want to donate, okay? You're not getting a tax deduction for that, but they are aggregating all of those yes, round it up. And at the end of the year, that provides him one hell of a tax deduction on all of the people who came through and said yes. Now, supermarkets do have a very thin margin, so, they got to do what they can. But I'd rather direct my charitable endeavors toward organizations that I have vetted myself, all right? Salvation Army is one. I used to be on the Salvation Army of Maryland's board, and I know that they do good work. So, okay, you do what you want, but that's just how I feel about it, because a lot of times these charities, there are a lot of them. I think I read something yesterday talking about the amount of 501c3s in the state of Maryland, and it was just staggering, okay? So there are a lot of charities, and for you to go through and try to, I'll give to you. Oh, yeah, well, effective altruism. Let me give to the FTX Foundation. What are they doing with the money besides enriching themselves? The suit goes on to bash FTX Foundation, quote, a purported charity that served little purpose other than to enhance the public stature of the defendants. It certainly did not advance the business objectives of the FTX group in any discernible way. In other examples of FTX Foundation's dystopian financial moves, the filing revealed that the organization, quote, authorized a $300,000 grant to an individual to write a book about how to figure out what humans' utility function is. Why do people get rich and weird? It also funded a $400,000 grant to an entity that posted animated videos on YouTube related to rationalist and effective altruism material, including videos on grabby aliens. Other new details include eye-watering billion-dollar bonuses Ellison awarded herself, isn't that nice, and used to fund other ventures. Ellison, the ex-Alameda CEO and Bankman Fried's former lover, gave herself a $22.5 million bonus around March of 2022 when she estimated FTX.com had a cash deficit of more than $10 billion. According to the lawsuit, Ellison reportedly used $10 million of her self-awarded bonus to fund an artificial intelligence company in her own name. The court documents go on to cite other instances in 2021 when Ellison gave herself additional hefty payouts of $6.2 million, then $3.75 million in misappropriated debtor funds. All right, so look, here's something that we can learn from this. They had the right idea in terms of buying some land in order to set aside, and they're not talking about farming it or making it. I didn't read anything here that talked about utility of that land. Okay. So that's not where their heads were. Their heads were in the same place that their heads were in when they ran up $600,000 in tabs at Jimmy Buffett's restaurant. Just a high life, right? Wouldn't it be cool if we were able to fly our private jets out to our own private island nation? Okay. But there is merit in you going out and potentially looking at some land that you can purchase and put to work for you. Okay. Maybe put some solar panels on it. Maybe lease it out to a farmer. Maybe farm it yourself. Or build a compound for you and your family where you all can lower the price of housing, okay, and collaborate on certain expenses associated with the operation of that compound, thereby lowering individual expenses and being able to put more into your personal asset cash, okay? So those are some ideas that, buying land is definitely has merit. So, maybe you want to get away from what's going on up here in cities like Baltimore, where you had, just chaos reign. We got a trial going on right now of a young man who shot and killed an individual in broad daylight in downtown. And that has actually led to 70%, that type of activity has culminated in 70% decreases in property prices in the downtown area of Baltimore. Check out this video where we talk about why that's happening. Should you invest in a city like Baltimore, even at 70% discounts? Watch a video. Maybe, you'll have some ideas after that. Guys, I'll talk to you soon.